Good choice, Kyle.
Good morning, good morning. So, Kyle hit me up yesterday and just very impromptu, hey, you want to go to the desert? And I was like knee deep in the middle of like 3 videos and an edit that's supposed to go out for a sponsor. And I was like, yeah, let's do this because I really needed to get out of my office. So we are here. Where are we at, man?
It is called Marlboro Point. This is where they make all cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think that's true.
I'm filming on the 24-70, the Mark II from Nikon. Amazing little lens. But I also got these. Check these out. That's right. I finally got a hold of the Typoc Samaraces. I got the 50 here, but I also have the 21. So we're going to talk about these today. What do you think? Would you consider that a successful morning?
I would consider it a very successful morning, mostly because I didn't fall off
to your death.
the cliff to my death.
Yeah.
And I didn't get 127 houred into that crevasse at breakfast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far a very successful morning. Had breakfast at the Garage Cafe, which is my favorite place in Moab for breakfast. They absolutely crush it. Donuts and a breakfast sandwich, the McLovin. So yeah, now we're headed to Wall Street, which is just a street with a massive wall. And that's where a lot of people climb and stuff. It's along the river. It's pretty cool.
Is this good for your audio?
I'm here with Kyle Meshna.
Hey. Hi.
Once again.
Hey. Hello. Hi.
Okay, leave. I want to say one of the first videos I had made was how the Nikon ZR could potentially disrupt my entire kit that I use when I go out for the travel adventure photography thing. And here we are a month and some weeks later, and it has. It's completely revamped everything. And everything now fits inside of the single Pelican, which is pretty crazy because the last time I did a road trip like this, I was actually with Kyle. And I had the Monstro, the KX, and the S1R Mark II. And between those 3 cameras, I had 2 Pelicans and 1 really big backpack, all full of gear. Yeah, come on in.
I said I would not buy the Nikon ZR. I don't know that I'm going to buy this one, but a ZR2 or whatever the next thing is. But here we are.
Yeah, and he's got
the Nikon ZR.
Behind me is my travel backpack. So Pelican comes with me because I can lock it up and actually lock it to the car, which is kind of important. The backpack remains empty. And then when we get to a place that we're gonna go hike to, so I can just grab the things that I need, throw it in this tiny little backpack, and I'm on my way. So pretty epic downsize. And that really is the big thing. That's what's so liberating about the ZR, is it's the first time I've gotten close to that red image quality, that red look, but in a camera that's no bigger than my Leica M11. So it's downsized everything. It's downsized the tripods, the batteries, everything. It's amazing. So what do we got in here? Well, let's start with this. The drone is the Mavic 3. It's just the Mavic 3. It's not a Pro, it's not a Cine, but it's a fantastic drone. I use it a lot. I take some photos every once in a while. I'm not really a drone guy, but it definitely suits my needs and it just works. At least right now. Who knows if these things start falling out of the sky. The remote. For the photo camera, as always, my trusty Leica M11P. This is my absolute favorite way to take photos. And I really want a monochrome version. I love this camera so much. I would love to get a reporter or a monochrome or just something new, or an M60. The Leica M60 would also be a dream. But for right now, this is what I have. I freaking love it. And I just brought 1 lens with me, which is the 50mm Summilux, the black chrome. I did a video on that. But yeah, that's everything I use for photography. For filming, I like to have a 2-camera setup. It allows me to do a 2-camera interview if I want. It makes B-roll easier. I can set up 2 cameras at once and film simultaneously. It just makes getting multiple angles a whole lot easier. And there's a chance that I might actually buy a 3rd ZR, because like when I did that interview with Kyle, it was just nice to have a 3-camera interview. I like the look of that. And with the ZR, it's so small and so easy. It just makes it kind of a dream. And I could definitely fit a third one in here. Like this whole gap right here, no problem. All right, cameras, you know what it is. It's the Nikon ZR. And I have 2 of them. The other one is filming me right now. But the lens that I have on here, which is what I really kind of want to talk about, is the Typoc Samara C. This is a lens I've been seriously interested in for a while, but I've had my Voigtlanders. Voigtlander is also an M mount. It's also very tiny. It's actually a little smaller than this. But these Typocs went out in one very big, one very specific way, and that is close focus distance. The Voigtlanders, because they're an actual rangefinder lens, the minimum focus distance is like 0.7 to 1 meter. I mean, that's like this far away, right? Almost 3 feet away. The Typocs, the close focus is infinitely closer. On the 21, I have the 21 mil and the 50 mil. On the 21 mil, you're like that far from the lens. And I really like to get very close to my subjects, especially with a really wide angle lens. I like that distortion. I like to fill the frame on some of these more telephotos. So the Typoc Samara Cs, I just have the 2, the 21 and the 50. I am seriously thinking about picking up a few more, maybe the rest of the set, because they are that good. I'm gonna be doing like a full dedicated video on them, but I really like the image that are coming out of them. They're small, they're light, they're super fast at T1.5. And I also got the Typoc M adapter here because it's the only PL style M adapter with an actual lock on it too. So you can lock them down and then set an actual lock, and I really like that. For filters, I just have the usual, the Helix Mag Lock from Polar Pro. These things are awesome. They're big, they're clunky. I don't like that you can't like use them with just one hand. It requires like both hands, but they're a really good filter system and they're fast. That's what I really like about them. They're super fast. So I've got 2 67 to 62 millimeter step up rings on each. These are for the Samara Cs. And then this one is for the third lens that we haven't talked about. This is a 77 mil. Might as well talk about that. The lens that I'm filming on this ZR is the Nikon 24-70 Mark II. Nikon did not give it to me. I had to pay for it. Kyle, do you know how much that lens is?
$2,800. That's my guess. Is that right?
Yeah, right on.
Oh.
With tax, it's almost $3,000. It is an expensive lens, and it is a long lens. The footprint is big, but holy crap, this is the best 24-70 I've used. I still prefer my 24-90 Leica because of the focal length and the build quality, but for a 24-70, the image quality is incredible. The speed of the autofocus is ridiculous. I've never had a camera that has as good as autofocus as this combination, the ZR and the 24-70. The eye autofocus and the tracking has been, well, for me anyway, a person that usually just uses cinema lenses, kind of been, hate to say it, game changing. But I really like the lens. And when you need autofocus, like this is just kind of like a do-it-all autofocus lens. So I'm stoked to have it. I wish it wasn't so expensive, and Nikon actually just lent me another 24-70, so technically I have 2 right now, but I only brought the 1. And I don't know if I would still probably bring this. In my to-go kit from now on, yeah, I'd still have an autofocus lens because it's just nice to have. As far as audio goes, right now we are using the DJI Mic 3. I really like the Hollyland Lark Max 2, Lark Max 2. I had that one, but I found the audio quality not as good as the Mic 3. Every once in a while I'd get audio that sounded like I was underwater or noise isolation was on, but it wasn't. I do like that mic a lot, but I switched over to the Mic 3 and I'm super happy with them. And then for on-camera shotgun mic, I have the Nikon MED10. So it's the wireless one with a tally light on it. And this actually sounds really good. If you're close to the camera, I know that's the way it works with all mics. But this one, if you get within a few feet, the sound quality is so good. It sounds really good. It's got a couple of different modes. You can switch it from front, all, or rear, which I do use. And then it's got focus and pure, and I just leave it on pure. I think it sounds a lot better on pure, but I'm really happy with how this mic sounds, and it's very small. I got a little blowy. And then when it comes to grip equipment, this is something I always have on me, because it lets you get really unique and interesting shots. This first thing is awesome. These are the Cine Jaws from Condor Blue. But we've got our 3/8 with locating pins. It can go on the top, it can go on the back, it can go underneath. But essentially, let's put one on here. Have you used these yet? Dude, these things are so freaking handy. But that's where this comes in. This is the Mofage Talos, the version 2. This magic arm is quite gnarly. I'm really impressed with it. It's big, it's heavy, but its lockdown force is really good. So again, like on the back of the Cine Jaws, these are 1/4 20s, but there's a spot for that. Tighten the arm down, and now I'm good to go. So when we're out doing these shots, you don't want just boring, static tripod shots all the time. Every once in a while, it's kind of fun to like rig a camera to your car or into a tree limb or something like that. And with the grip equipment, it just helps you do that. And it helps me be a little bit more creative. Kyle, this is it.
I just ordered one.
So you fingerprint brings up the battery percentage of everything. So it charges very fast, 4 batteries at once, magnetic top, which I love. It was like $60. Hello.
Yeah,
how's it going? What's up?
Photographing the leaves, or
Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
with the NATO clamps. You know, NATO clamp is not a universe. This NATO isn't the same as all other NATOs.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's stupid.
That is stupid. This is the size of a single 99 watt-hour V-mount that would last 1 hour on the Monstro. Just 1 hour. I normally take, well, all my V-mounts, which is 4 99s and 2 150s. That is huge. And this actually gives me, between these 4 batteries, more battery power than all of those V-mounts combined. So you slim down on batteries. Here's the other thing that you slim down on: stress. I would have 3 huge things of gear, and I would get to a trailhead and it was like, okay, what do I want to take? Because I can't take it all. And then you go, what am I willing to like give up in a theft? Maybe, like worst case scenario, somebody breaks in and steals something because I can't take it all. What am I okay leaving behind? And I hated that. And with this new travel setup, everything can come with me at all times, and I don't have to stress about anything being in the car. Check this out. This is my EcoFlow back here. I bought the EcoFlow and an alternator charger for the EcoFlow because the V-mounts required so much charging. Like, I would shoot with them and I would be 2 days in, and then I would have to charge them again, and it would drain like the entire EcoFlow. That's another point of stress that I don't have to worry about. I'm not getting rid of the KX. I'm not getting rid of the Monstro. I'm not even saying that the ZRs are better than them. But for this situation, this scenario, they absolutely are better. So for me, this is gonna be the travel kit moving forward. I might add another lens for photography, or maybe my SL2S at some point, just because I love shooting that camera. But for the most part, 2 ZRs and 1 photo camera, some audio equipment, and a drone, because I love establishing the place with a drone when I can shoot it, and then some grip equipment. All of it fits in this Pelican. Easy peasy, man. So while I love the KX and the Monstro, those are just better suited in the studio or for big projects where ultimate image quality is like the end game. But if I need to get around 85% of the image quality, but with all of the size and nimbleness advantages that come with the ZR, that's why I'm going with it in 2026. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you got any questions for me on any of the gear that we've got, all the links will be down in the description. But please ask. I'm pretty good about answering every single comment. Also, follow Kyle Meshna, because 1, he's awesome. 2, he's basically responsible for me having the ZR and making all of these videos. And 3, he's in a really bad spot right now. He could really use the, but anyway, he's a good dude. All right, see ya. Thanks, Kyle. You were great, man. You were really great. What was that? Was that your filter?
No matter where you're from, all around the world, it's one unique, one special vibe.